guys, welcome to Jazz Tutorials. Yay, another awesome video. So this week's video is going to be a little bit complicated, but awesome things are not always easy. If you know Photoshop, then you know that's true. Or semi-true. Anywhooser, let me explain what we're doing. We're making a very robotic type of metallic photo with a nice lighting effect. Yes, I randomly came across this type of a photo online and took it apart and found a similar tutorial on how to make this and twisted it around and made my own version of it. So yay! This video will be a bit long. I apologize in advance, but awesome things can't be under 5 minutes. I'm sorry, that's just how it kind of goes sometimes, so bear with me and we'll get through the awesomeness together. Alright, now, we're going to open a photo of choice. Now, you'll also notice how I have a background already set up with a black background. We are going to need a black background in the near end of this tutorial, so to save time and make yourself easier, make it a black background when you first open this because it saves time and less of a hassle. Okay, open your photo. Now, in the coming steps of this tutorial, you may have to alter your settings differently than I will because you may have a darker photo, a brighter photo, I don't really know. But for me, I'm using this photo here, and my settings will be as follows. But again, alter your opacities to suit your photo's needs. Okay, once you've opened your photo, duplicate that photo immediately. And we always duplicate a layer in Photoshop because we don't want to make a mistake on the main layer, because if you do, you can only trace back your steps so much before Photoshop says, sorry, you're a little bit too far back. So yeah, save yourself some trouble and duplicate your layers so if you make a mistake, you can go back and fix it without any hassle. Alright, on your duplicated layer, we're going to now go to Image. You're going to select Calculations, and we're going to make some cool stuff with this. Alright, now you'll notice how my sources are going to be different than yours. Don't worry about that. That's your source 1 and 2 are going to be whatever you have as your main document. Your document might say United 1, United 2, 3, 4, etc. But for me, I saved it already as a PSD file, so that's why mine says PSD and not United. Okay, moving forward. You want to have layer as merged on the first source. Channels should say red. I'm not sure why it would not, but if yours does not, change that to red. Source 2, same thing over here. It should say United 1, 2, 3, etc., whatever yours says. And then for your layer, select layer 1, channel again as red, and your blending is going to be overlay with an opacity of 100%. Click OK. Oh, wait a minute, and your result is selection. Then click OK, and your selection will be as follows. OK. Once you have your selection showing, go ahead and make a new layer above everything else. Alright, you got your selection? Make it white. Oops, that's black. No, we don't want black, we want white. Alright, white. Cool, awesome sauce. Alright, get ready for your selection. Now on that same layer, we're going to make a mask layer. Now on your mask layer, which is that white box there, make that a black box. So just fill in your mask with black. Okay, then grab a lovely either white. Now grab a brush of small or large size, depending on the size of your canvas, and you're going to mask out the hair in your photo, or the subjection in your photo. Oops, I need to have white. Okay, grabbing a white brush. And I forgot that my opacity on my brush is a little bit, isn't up to par. Okay. You'll notice how my hair is now becoming brighter. That's what you want to see. So mask out the hair in your photo if you have any. If you don't, then just mask out a subject of choice. Alright. Now once you've done that, gotten it to where you like, you're going to then duplicate that layer, and that will give you more of an effect and give your hair more of a white looking hair, which is what you want. You want to basically have white. Okay, now you can alter the opacity at this point to suit your particular photo's needs. If it's too bright, alter it a bit. If it's just too dark, again. So you see what I'm saying when we have to alter the opacity to suit your particular photo's needs. Alright, so I already have that made. So now once you've done that, You're going to then group those two together. Alright, so take your two that you just made and group them and call that group hair. The reason why we're calling it hair is because you want to have it so that you know what group is group, what group's for what. I mean, if you want to name it something else, go for it, but I just think hair makes sense since it's what you did with it. Alright, and that's how mine looks. Now, we're going to hide the hair for a while because we don't really need to use that white portion yet. Once you have that made, hide that group layer. Alright, and now we're going to go back to our original duplicated layer, which mine's way at the bottom here. Layer 1. And you're going to take that, and you're going to turn it, so right click it, and turn into create a smart object. Now, the reason why we're doing a smart object is because we're going to be adding a whole bunch of filters. And if you add a whole bunch of filters onto one layer, and you by chance need to go back at some point and exchange the values and whatnot, you really can't do that if you put it all on one layer. So using a smart object will enable you to edit that at any point within the purpose of this tutorial. That's the great thing about smart objects. But if you have CS3 or before, or anything later than that, you won't have that option. So that will actually not be really useful to you. You could still do the tutorial. You just can't go and use a smart object and edit the things later. So you kind of have to make sure you like what you see or you're kind of done. So, yeah. So create a smart object on that. And then once you've done that, you're going to go up here to filter. And we're going to add some cool effects. We're going to add glowing edges. Yay! Alright, now I'm using an edge width of 1 and an edge brightness of 20 and a smoothness of 15. And you'll see here in my preview over here, that's what you want to see. Alright? So once you have that, now I'm going to get rid of that because I already have that made for myself. And then after you've done that on your smart filter, go back up to filter and sharpen that. Just hit sharpen and boom. Alright. Okay, now you'll notice here in my smart filter here that I have 2 copies. Well, what do you think we're going to do with that? Yeah, you guessed right. We're going to duplicate the layer. Yay! Duplicating layers! Alright, duplicate that layer. And on your second copy, you're going to change your opacity to alter it to suit your photo. These settings will be different. I chose 75%, but by all means use your own settings, guys. Whatever works for you, alright? And then change your blend mode to screen, and you will see something like that. Awesome sauce. Now, we're going to go add 2 adjustment layers. Count them 2. We're going to first start with a levels adjustment layer. I have one already made in here, and I will show you my lovely numbers. So I chose 29 for the left side, in the middle, 1.10, and to the right, 121. Alright. Yay, brightness. Now, we want all that black and white. So, we are going to make a black and white adjustment layer. Yay! Let me find mine. Mine's like somewhere in this menagerie. Alright, right, here we go. And for black and white, you don't have to do anything. Black and white adjustment layer, and you're done. Alright. Coolness. Alright, now here is where the smart filter thing comes in. Handy. Really handy. We're going to go back now into our lovely smart filter effects, and you're going to double click on the second one, on the second copy on your glowing edges, and you'll get a message saying this, and you click OK, and on, hold on, that's not what I wanted to do. Yeah. Alright, and then on your second layer, which is your copy by the way, change your edge width to 2. Click OK, and we're good. That's why we have a smart filter, guys, so you can do that. If you don't have a smart filter, then you can't do that, and you kind of will have had to do that beforehand. Alright, cool. Okay, now we're going to hide our lovely adjustment layers we just made. And I will show you why in a second. Black and white. And now you're going to hold down the Control, Shift, and Alt key and push E. And that's going to then merge all that you've done so far with this lovely thing into one layer. It'll merge your smart filters and everything you've done into one layer. And I called that lovely one, where is it? Right here. FX Masked. But you can name it whatever the heck you want. I don't really care. Alright, now you're thinking, well, why is it masked out? Why am I masking stuff out? I'll explain to you in a moment. Hold your butt. Oh, weird. I thought it was... Sorry, guys. I thought that my computer was being weird for a second. I thought it, stopped recording. It didn't. Good. Woohoo. Okay. Let's continue. Now, we're going to make the hair group visible again. So let's find that lovely hair. Yay! Alright, and now you can make your black and white and your levels visible yet again, because we don't need that to be away anymore. Alright, now you need to make a new layer. Yeah. So what you're gonna sorry. Oh my god, I am losing my mind here. Not a new layer, a mask layer. Make a mask layer on that layer you just made, the FS masked. And on that, take a black brush and you're going to mask out part of the face. But you don't want to have, like, really black. You want it to be mostly white, kind of. Yeah. So you may have to zoom in for this. So just grab, like, any size brush will work, whatever suits your photo. If it's too big, use a small brush. If you use a, whatever, you know what I mean. And then... black brush, mask out the face, and also, guys, mask out the hair because you want to have it look kind of real. You don't want to have fake stuff in your photo. That would just look ridiculous. Although Photoshop is a way of making fake photos. Alright, anyway, so mask that all out, and yay. Alright, so once you have them masked out, you'll see that. Now, I hid my FX layers. Now, if you're wondering what the FX layers are, these were our two smart filter layers. I grouped them to be easier to handle, and I hid those two. And this is what you should see. When you mask out everything you just made, you'll have that lovely looking face. Now, you can also go ahead and play around and use the smudge tool. Smudge the black brush, smudge it, make it look really awesome, guys. Look awesome. This is the lovely effect I chose for mine. But again, this is a very time-consuming portion in the tutorial to get it looking how you like. You don't want to have things too black, too chromy, too metal-y, too alien-like, robot-like, whatever. Just this is where your settings come into play. Play around with it. Make something awesome in your eyes. Don't copy me. Just do whatever you want. This is your photo, not mine. I'm just showing you how to make it. Alright. So we're at this stage here. Are you all with me? Are you lost in any way, shape, or form? I feel like some of you are going to be lost. And if you are, comment below. Inbox me here. Tweet me. Email me. Tumblr me. Facebook message. Facebook comment. All that. Alright. Now, we're going to add some shadows. Yay for shadows! So grab a soft round black brush, and you're going to alter the opacity of this brush to a really small, like 30%, 20%. So over here, you'll have the little thing up here. Just go 20%, anywhere from 20 to 30. And then you'll brush on random splocks of black somewhere. And you'll notice how I put some here, over there, and whatnot. And yeah. You get the drift. So wherever you want to have shadows showing, put it there. Alright, now we're going to go back to our original layer, guys. Our original image, which is way at the bottom. Mine's layer 1. And we're now going to load a channel onto this lovely photo. So go over to your channels, which is over here next to paths. And you're going to select this thing here. This is going to be a load channel as a selection. Select that. Sweet. Alright, back to your lovely layers. Now make a new layer above that. And you're going to fill that with white. Alright, and then we're going to add an outer glow to that. Now, I already have mine set up that way, so I'll show you what mine looks like in a moment. Alright, and I have 2 copies of my glow layer, by the way, guys, because I want to be cool kid and add more effects to mine. So, blend mode, only thing you're changing is the color on the first layer. Alright, white. And then duplicate that layer. And you're going to change the size of your outer glow a bit. Alter it so it looks really cool. Alright. And then you'll notice how I have my opacities changed on both layers. Second one, I chose 28%, but you can play around with that, whatever looks good to you guys. Alright, and 26 on the main one. And then, as you notice, I group them so it's easier to handle and easier to find. Okay, are you with me? Okay, now here's some more funness. Now, this is totally up to you guys. I'm not going to give you anything in the description box below for this because this is totally optional. But if you want to add a really awesome look to your photo, if you go on google.com, type in fractal brushes, or this cool or an abstract brush of any sort. Download some abstract brushes and take a black brush and a white brush and brush on 2 separate fractals or abstract brushes onto your layer. Like you'll see here, I have one here and I have one here. One is black, one is white. And I morph them onto my photo. Right there. But again, this is optional, but it does enhance the photo, make it look really cool. So I would suggest searching for abstract brushes and adding some cool stuff. And find what you like. I don't want to make you choose mine. So find your own and make it look awesome to your liking. But again, black and a white. Got it? And then use the free transformation and warp it around your photo in a certain part of your photo. Alright? Cool? Awesome? Yeah. Guys, we're going to add a color balance above everything, guys. Make it above everything. Alrighty, Roo? Alright, and this is what I've chosen for my colors. Your shadows, -37, 0, +16. Leave your midtones at 0. Your highlights at 3, -6, and -30. And let me show you what it looks like. And, woo, yeah. Look at that, guys. Pretty awesome, right? And we're not even done. We got, I think, 6 more steps to go, guys. We're almost there, I swear. Right now, we're going to add some cool coloring to this. So grab a new layer, and I want this to be below everything that you just made, like below your color balance, somewhere below the color balance, doesn't matter where. And then you're going to grab your lovely gradient over here. Oh, and before you do that, select for your foreground a bright purple / bright blue, sorry. Choose a bright blue to start with. Alright, that's black, but whatever. And on your bright blue layer, you're going to drag that lovely layer, drag it all the way from the left corner to the top, and you will have something like that. Now, I have screen as my blend mode, and my opacity on this layer is 10%. And you'll see something as you see there. It's pretty cool. Yeah. And now, to even enhance this lovely effect, we're going to continue with those lovely radial gradients on 2 more layers. I chose a bright purple and a bright pink for my next 2 layers, but again, these 2 layers are optional, and the colors are really up to you. I just like purple and pink, so that's what I chose. But if you want to go with a green or a yellow, go for it. And look at that lovely effect we have going on. OMG! That looks freaking awesome. And screen for your blend mode. And I chose 30% for one of mine because I think it looks good that way, but you can alter it if you want. And then 25% for the next one. But screen has to be your blend mode. But your opacities can be whatever you want. Okay, now we're going to make another merged all in one photo. Yeah. So on top of everything, make a new layer. Alright? On top of everything, the first thing you see. Do a Control, Alt, Shift, E, and that will then merge what you've done so far into one layer. We did that before, but do it again. Okay? And on that layer that we have now, on your lovely new layer, go to filter. Oops, I can't do filter just yet. You're going to go up here to filter, and you're going to go to distort, and you're going to select glass. And these are what you want to have shown. 12:1 tiny lens, and your 100% scaling. Click OK. And you will have that. Change your blend mode to screen, and you'll have something similar to what I have here. Now, I have now, as you'll notice, I have a masked layer and a lot of cool stuff in there. Mask out any portion you don't want to have showing, because obviously it'll be showing the whole entire image and you will look really weird. So mask out the face, any parts you don't want to have with that lovely glass effect. I left the glass effect over here on her arm and part of her jacket, and I blended it all together with a soft round brush. And that's how it kind of looks. Okay, now at this point in the tutorial, you could go ahead and add some textures if you want to. You could add more brushes if you want. But I like mine as is. You may not. I don't know. Now, you'll probably notice in my layers, I had another layer already masked out that I haven't shown you guys. And the reason for that is, I went back to because my photo, I think her face is really too white for this photo. And I wanted to make it more subtle. So for me, I went back to my original layer and I cut out her face only. Just her face, using the quick selection tool. Just her face. Nothing else. Just the face. Cut it out, masked it out, and took this and I altered the opacity down to 40%. And I think that gives her face more showing, more glowing, and it looks better. That's just my opinion. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. I had to, but you may not. Another option. That's the tutorial. I apologize it was so long, but not all awesome things can be quick and easy. Some things take time, guys. So thanks for watching, and as always, comment, like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next week with another awesome video that will hopefully not be as long, but just as awesome. Alright, bye!